Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Welcome.
Thank you, Senator.
Madam Secretary. I wanted to follow up on questions regarding New England fishing. In Connecticut, our fishing industry has been decimated. We were largely a shellfish economy along the shoreline, and as our lobsters have moved northward to Maine, we have struggled to figure out how we replace that capacity. But aquaculture has been a big part of that, and we've had some real encouraging developments regarding new technologies through which we're able to harvest some pretty serious new amounts of oysters and other native species through the Sound. We have a lab in Milford, Connecticut that gets about $3.4 million in federal funding, along with another lab in Manchester, Washington. These are the two facilities that house NOAA's shellfish research. That's an industry that right now, even with the declines, produces about $30 million for Connecticut alone. I just wanted to make sure that there's still going to be a commitment to this aquaculture research, both in Connecticut and in Washington. We're seeing real progress and real gains because of that funding, and it's important to us that that commitment continue.
I appreciate that, and as far as I know, there's no change, but I will make sure and confirm that.
And then if I can just ask a second question on the National Network for Manufacturing Innovation. I know you made reference to this in your prepared testimony. I'm so glad that we're continuing to expand this program. I think it's absolutely transformational. Discouraging to us in the Northeast, which is the most densely populated part of the country, that 5 centers and not yet one has found its way to our neck of the woods. You, I think in your testimony, said that you're going to be guided by industry in terms of what the focus should be. I would love for you to expand on how your process is going to occur so that we can make sure that industries in the Northeast, the aerospace industry, I would argue at the top of the list, gets a fair shot at making their case. We really believe that as you have this tsunami of aerospace purchasing coming, both from the private sector and the public sector over the course of the next 10 years, that if we are innovating at a pace that's fundamentally different than other competitors, that we can gain a greater lion's share of that work. So we believe that an aerospace-focused manufacturing innovation center should be one of the next that's authorized. But if you could just share how we can get the best input into your process of decision-making, I'd appreciate it.
Well, obviously, at the time that such a the competitive process would be run, it will be open, transparent, and a broad request for proposals. That process will be dictated by NIST, as they are really our expert at taking things from lab to market. And they've been preparing for how to run these types of competitions. But I can get to your staff kind of the specific processes that they will use. And I appreciate the value of the aerospace industry, and I'm sure it's one that's high on the list of priorities.
It's a moment in time where if we capture the best available technology, there's a mountain of work to be had. And we used to just have a natural competitive advantage over the rest of the world. That is decreasing as time goes on. Finally, just use my last 30 seconds or so. It's my first opportunity to be a member of this subcommittee and to have you testifying in front of us. I just want to tell you how excellent your staff is in Connecticut. Ann Evans runs the local office, and if she had 2 or 3 more people, she could be creating hundreds, if not thousands, of more jobs. It's just to make an advertisement for the scope of your personnel in our states. When you have good people on the ground doing outreach to especially these small and medium-sized businesses that have no idea how to compete globally if not for the expertise you lend, the power, the multiplication of business that your presence creates is pretty substantial. So please pass my thanks along.
Thank you very much, and Senator and Mr. Chairman, and Madam Vice Chairman, one of the things I've asked our ITA to do is to do a review of the effectiveness of our U.S. Export Assistance Centers and our Foreign Commercial Service. as more and more of the success of more and more of our communities around our country depend upon exporting, I want to come back to you with a report as to where I think it would make sense for us to do more, because we do get this kind of response as to the effectiveness, particularly for our small and medium-sized businesses, which are so important to everyone's states.
Thank you.
Thank you.